Hello, Team TFT, and welcome back to another daily market outlook video. Today's Australia Day over here in Australia, so happy Australia Day to anyone that's watching. So we'll have a look at the usual suspects today. We'll just jump over the economic calendar, have a bit of a gander here. So we've got relatively safe trading up until the open of the London. We've got a bit of red news there right at the start, and we've got a whole bunch of orange news coming out there. So we could see a big move in the markets around that open of that New York session there. So just something to be mindful of. Now, as you can see here, price action's been very consolidated down in this area now for, basically like the whole month at this stage, or at least half the month type thing. It's sort of worked its way down here, and obviously from a higher perspective, if we start to go left a little bit, we can see we are in the low of this swing low here. So we are sort of consolidating here as such. We are still very bearish in this scenario. It is still pushing down, but it is quite tight. So when it's gearing up like this, we can tend to see a big break at some point. So I am anticipating we will see a breakdown, whether that's going to be on the back end of some news or something like that. That is to be, that's what we got to try and figure out here. So basically at this point in time, obviously 4 hours still definitely bearish at the moment. You can see, although it is quite consolidated, it is still consolidating in a downward trend. So we are looking to, continue that trend. You can see here we have taken this low as of yesterday, and now we're looking to take this wick low here. So if we come down to the 15-minute, what have we got here? We can see, as you can see, there's that low that we're looking to take. There's the swing low that we took yesterday. We took that swing low, swept that low, had a big push back out, and now we're sort of working our way back down again and consolidating right here. So basically what I would be looking for is, I would love to see a push down out of here. So something like this today, a push down, retest back up, and then obviously a big drop away. Or we could possibly see with the whole London session, the 4 hours, or sorry, the opening and the time period of the London session before the New York starts, we may actually see a meander back up here. And before obviously selling off, we did have this big push down, a massive big retrace, and then we've sort of come away from there quite aggressively. So we do have this big 15-minute candle here that gives us a zone to trade out of. And then obviously if we, that is quite a big area there to trade from. So what we could be looking at doing is halving that range like that, drop that back there like that, and we could be looking for that as a possible area to trade from as well. I mean, that is quite a large move too. So, I wouldn't anticipate, if that's going to happen, I would anticipate that it's going to start moving up now and over the next few hours, and waiting for that news to come at the start of the New York session. So basically that's what I would be looking for today. But again, still continuing bearish, 15 minutes bearish, 4 hours bearish. We're going bearish on Dixie. Over to the euro. Euro, same scenario here. So we didn't quite get down into this low area here that we were looking for yesterday. Would have loved to have seen it tap into that before obviously going long. Obviously didn't get down that far, so we weren't able to take that trade. Again, this is one of those scenarios where this was the bearish candle that we were working off. Had we have taken the whole candle, obviously we would have been in the trade and gone long, but we obviously would have had a massive range to trade from, and our risk to reward wouldn't have been as good. So what I mean by risk to reward is, if we get in our opening position here and we set our stop loss below the low, because that's where the price could naturally come to before turning, so we don't get stopped out, we come back up to even up to here to the top of the range, our risk to reward is 1.85, which is 1% of your account size would return 1.85% on a return of the trade that size. Where, when we start coming down and we get down lower, halving the range and getting into some more consolidated ranges, better risk to rewards, we can then remove our entry down to here, and we start getting 4.5, 5, 3 to 1s, 1 to 3s. They're the type of areas we want to be trading here. It's all about risk, managing your risk and getting better rewards for it. So, you know, yes, we missed out on that trade yesterday by consolidating that range, but obviously we're looking for better paying out trades, better risk trades. So, yeah, missed that trade yesterday, which is unfortunate. We can see here on a 15-minute time frame, we are currently low, high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and now we have just, I think we've just set a higher high. We have just set a higher high there. It is only a wick. Unfortunately, I would love to have seen the body of a candle, but we have set a higher high there. So basically, there's two scenarios we could be looking for here. On a 15-minute scenario, this here is now the valid low, as we have discussed just before. This bearish candle, this last bearish candle, is our zone there that we would be looking to trade out of. That's where obviously the price has been pushed down and then bought back up aggressively. So what we're looking for then, ultimately what we do like to see in these areas is a liquidity sweep or a grab of liquidity in some way, or manipulation in some form. Obviously we haven't seen that here. So that's, you know, obviously we're just sort of trading the trend at this point in time. So again, what I'll do in this area is drop that down 50% and trade the discounted prices. So basically that would be the area that I'd be looking for, is we may see a pullback into this area before going long, or, you know, this is sort of consolidated here for a while now. We may see a breakout retest and a push off the round around the halfway line of the Asian. So that would be my go-to for today, being long on the euro, short on the Dixie. Let's go over to GBP. So GBP yesterday, we see actually had a really good little play out yesterday. We saw it come out the low side. Sorry, we were looking at it going short. We were looking at it going short yesterday, but obviously we have seen that push up with how the Dixie's been sort of dropping off. So we had it come out, come back up, retest the halfway, and then it started to drop down quite aggressively. We come down into this lower region here. I can get rid of that, sorry. And we can see here, if we move this over now into this zone, we can see here, we had a perfect little test of that last bearish candle. This is what I was talking about the liquidity. So we see here, we've engineered some liquidity through here, swept that liquidity, and then obviously marched away. And then the price has meandered along for about a day, tapped back into that zone, and then obviously pushed off. So that's what we saw yesterday. And then obviously breaking, touched into that area, broke the structure highs here, and continued on. So we were bearish up until that point. That was our structure high. Come down here, broke our structure high, and then obviously just kept going. So, you know, that was the GBP. Now, respecting the Dixie, the movements of the Dixie, it tends to just trade its own again. So this is why we especially when you're trading, you need to get to learn your pairs and how they move, how they react. Are they correlated with other pairs? Can you utilize that in the way that you trade? So that's why I trade the euro predominantly. I do the GBP analysis from day to day, but I don't generally trade it as much. So basically today we have obviously now flipped bullish again. We've come and swept this high and we've taken this high. So what we could be looking for is a slight pullback, but ultimately we are long at the moment, I think. Let's have a look. Oh, let's delete that. So we see here we've been pushing up, working our way up. We've set that high, we came down, we swept the lows. Now we've come back up and we've broken structure high. So this was, as we can see here, if we do our breakdown here, we can see we had a low, we set a high, we set a low, we set a high, we set a low, failed to break a high, set a low, set a new high. So this is a valid low. Then we came down and we broke that low through here by setting this low. So this this low here, but this is still our structural high, because reason being is that this low here did not break that low there. Had this low have broken that low, then this high would be valid. At this point in time, this is all internal structure until it breaks the previous structure point. So at this point in time, we can still be classified as bearish, and this could just be a retrace up into higher areas before going short. So we need to be mindful of that on on GBP today, is that we could be just seeing a retrace back up into these higher areas, especially this higher wick that took liquidity highs here. If we were to consolidate down to even the wick of that 4-hour bearish candle there, we could be seeing a slight push up into that area and a pull away. So for me today, GBPs are probably a little bit of a wait and see. Are we going to respect this area, start to see some lower time frame 15-minute reversals that we could be looking to trade off? If we come up into this area today, so for me, if we come up into this area today, up into this area, and then we start to see some strong reversal signs like this, then we can start to look to trade bearish. But ultimately, if we break through this area, we could be looking to do something more like this. If we see a big impulse up and then a retest into that area, we could be looking to go long from there. So basically, it's a bit of a wait and see on GBP into this area. What it's going to do, is it going to respect the falling dollar? Is the dollar even still falling properly? What's the Dixie going to do, and how's the GBP pair going to trade around that? So anyway, guys, that's basically my analysis again for today. It's the last one this week, so hopefully everyone's had some happy trading. It's been a little bit of a tougher week for trading, if I must say. Not as many setups as I would usually come across, but this is trading. We just the patient get paid. So we just wait for the right setups, wait for what we want, what we're looking for to come through, and obviously our risk to rewards and stuff get a lot better. So anyway, thanks guys. Thanks again for jumping on this week. Thanks for your support, and I'll catch you again next week. Thanks for watching another Daily Market Outlook video. If you enjoyed it, please give this video a like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like it. Also guys, we are the largest Tradesmen Forex group, tailored to helping hundreds of tradesmen get their time back through trading. If you want access to structured education, 18 live sessions across 7 days a week, mental health and mindset support from a qualified psychologist, and access to multiple different trading strategies from 10 different mentors, then jump over to our website at www.teamtft.co.uk. Please remember, this is not financial advice, and you should not trade based on anything I have said in this video. This is just my own opinion and nothing more. And remember, manage your risk, stick to your plan, and secure those profits. Have a ripper day.